Welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna close my cardigan. Bring this here. Okay, I have a table full of stuff. I think this is better lighting. Yeah. Welcome to my channel. It feels for me, yeah, it was some time ago because I didn't release a video last week because I have been working in another city. I haven't been home for 2 weeks, so not that long, but you know, it was I had to pre-film things and stuff, and I didn't have much time, so I only pre-filmed 2. So last week I didn't have one, but that's fine for me. But today I will. But today I'm back. I'm back for a week, and then I'm going away for 1 week again, and then I will be here in Gothenburg for a while. Yeah, it's kind of a chaotic summer for us because we're moving at the end of the summer. Actually, Robin's moving at the end of July, and I'm moving at the end of August because he starts work in our new city, Örebro, in August, and I finished my work in the end of August here. So, you know, a bit of yeah, we're gonna live in 2 apartments at once. So enough of that. But today is the end of, no, not yet, it's the start of July this week, the first week in July. So I thought that I might do a creative June update. And just to show you, Eden has grown quite a lot. Yes. So she has kind of, you know, peaked. It was a few weeks when she grew so much. Like every day, me and Robin that saw her every day said that she looks bigger today than she did yesterday. It was wild. But yeah, so this is the first week in July, and I thought that I might do an update of my creative things from June. And I think I have finished one thing that I can show you, but I haven't finished a lot of things. I have a lot of plans and, you know, a lot of designs in mind, and I'm doing this challenge for myself that I'm calling it the 6 months design challenge, I think. And the plan is to write a pattern each month for 6 months. So I started in June, so the rest of this year I'm going to write a pattern every month, and it feels good, and I'm very, you know, inspired to do it. And I have a lot of plans, I have a lot of designs in mind, so I'm not stressed. The only thing that I'm stressed about is to be able to find test knitters and, you know, finish it off. That's always the most anxious part of my design process, I think. But I got the ideas, and I got a few designs already going, so feels nice. But I thought that I might actually walk you through everything that I'm making. So this isn't going to be maybe as organized as it used to be. Yeah. Let's see, we take it one step at a time. Sorry, Eden's drinking water. The thing that I actually finished is a knitted garment that I am making a pattern for. And if you visited me on, or if you shop in the yarn store that I work in, Embroidery Garn, in Gothenburg, you might have seen this laying on the desk. But it's this sweater. This is a colorwork sweater in Platelupi and mohair. So all the colors have Platelupi and mohair. And yeah, this is the finished piece. I think I'm gonna lengthen it maybe like 2 or 3 centimeters because it was a bit short when I tried it on this morning. But I actually have test knitters already working on this one. I might need a few more test knitters, I'm not sure. But if I do need test knitters, I will let you know. So, but this sweater is I started working on this in May, I think, in the late May, and it actually I just played with the colors and with the yarns, because I really wanted to knit a colorwork sweater in Plötloopy and mohair. So that was the initial designer, the starting of the designer process was in the yarn. And then I also knew I wanted to have a Latvian braid in the yoke, and I wanted some pearl stitches to make, because I love the pearl stitches in the colorwork of Boohoo sweaters and in Lunenburg. So I really wanted to have that, include that in my yoke. And I also wanted to try to design a round yoke, because I only made raglan increased yokes before. So this is the result of that, and this is a Latvian braid, a half of a Latvian braid, and then you have some pearl stitches here, and yeah, scattered, and then you have a cuff as well. So this, I'm trying on a few different names for it, because I don't have a finished name for it yet. My boss, who is also test knitting, actually she thinks that this looks like a mirror, like a lake that mirrors in the waters. So I'm thinking about something with a lake or something. Yeah, but I will let you know, of course, when I find the perfect name for it. So it's a round yoke, but I also added some raglan increases at the end. Sorry, people talking really loud outside. And it's a cropped sweater. You can of course make it long if you want to. So yeah, that is the first thing, and actually I think the only thing that I have completed. And as I said, it's not that I've not been knitting. I've been knitting a lot, but I have been starting a lot of projects, and I have, you know, test knitted for myself. So I have just made one mitten, and I made that sweater, and I started something, and I made swatches and things. So it's been happening a lot. It's there's a lot happening in my knitting right now, but I don't have that much to show for it, but you know, that's fine. Another project that I'm thinking about making a pattern for is this one. So I actually finished the body last night. Sorry, it curls up. So yeah, and I started the sleeve. This is also in Plötloopy and in mohair. Can you see that I'm addicted to Plötloopy? But it also has a Latvian braid, but around the neck instead. And the body is cropped, but I'm going to do something fun with the sleeves. But I'm not sure what to do just yet, so I'm going to keep that a secret for now. But yes, I really love this sweater. It's I made like this. I started it and knitted, like, yeah, I knit everything in the body except for the ribbing at the end months ago, and then I just paused it and you know, let it rest. But this color in this yarn is amazing, and I'm really excited to have this finished for fall. I really want to release it for like October sweater or something, because it suits both the yarn combination and the color. Suits really well for October release, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that this coming week and hopefully get the one sleeve done so I can write the pattern out and then start asking for test knitters. But yeah, in Plötulopi you only have one rust color, so it's the rust color in Plötulopi, and the mohair is brushed lace by Marqueta Cowl in their rust color. It's a really deep rust color with specks of red in it from the Plötulopi. Yeah, it's amazing. I really love this, and I'm very excited to have to work on that one. Okay, so the next project that I am knitting on right now is actually something that I started earlier this spring, and then I made half of it and then I put it down to rest because I wasn't sure about the color combination for me. To start working on it again, and it's really fun to knit on because it's this in the round color work that's going to be a cowl. It's called the Marqueta Cowl by the Sjösvärd sisters, and yeah, I have I think I have half a I have half a shirt left, and yeah, so maybe this much left, yeah. And then I'm going to you're gonna twist it and sew it together like twisted. Sorry, my brain doesn't want to. Yeah, so it got a twist. It's a bit too small to show you right now because it only gets twisted weirdly then. But yeah, you knit it in the round and then you sew it together with a big beginning with a cast on, and then you and before you sew it together you twist it 90 degrees, and yeah, you get a cowl. We had this in our shop window at Embroidery Garn, and I tried it on, the one that they made when they wrote the pattern, and I really loved it, so I'm very excited. The thing that I'm concerned about is if it's a bit too patterned for me. I don't think so. I think I will find it, you know, a brightener in my winter wardrobe, which is otherwise very grey and dark, but I think this is gonna be nice. I think this color suits me, and that it's gonna be a very nice addition to my scarf collection, because I think this will be perfect if it's, you know, very cold outside and very windy, which it can be here in Sweden, or it is in Sweden. It's very cold and windy in the winter months. Then I can have this and then layer with I can have my coat and then this scarf, this cowl, and then a scarf over it if I'm really cold. So I think that's a good layering piece as well. Yeah, and if I find the color, it's a bit more green on the screen than it's a kind of a warm yellow. Yeah, it's hard to show color on screen, but it's a warm yellow and a warm white. This is all I have left, so I'm hoping this will suffice. Hope so. But I'm thinking if I find the white too, sorry, I dropped the skein. If I find the white too harsh against the yellow, if I find it like too patterned, I think sorry, I dropped out the skein. Okay, so here it is. I think I will actually dye it. So maybe with some onion skins, I can make the white one more yellow. I think that would be cool to try. Obviously I will try on a swatch before, so I don't ruin it. But yeah, so I'm nearly finished with that one. I think I will finish it today because I really got in the mood with knitting this. It was really fun. It's really, you know, color work in the round. It's short rows, and you do something different every row. It's very nice. Okay, so moving on to another project that I'm wanting to be done soon. Not wanting to be done, but it has to be done by October because I'm gonna wear it on my wedding. And that is my boohoo sweater. And it looks like this right now. I'm gonna try it on today actually. It looks really dark in this light, but it's a sea green color, and then the yoke is green. A few different green colors. It's really beautiful, and I'm very pleased with the yoke, and I tried it on and it fits very well. It's kind of tight, but I like that. It's like my first boohoo's, which is also, you know, it's tight. It's not very tight, but it fits very well. So now I'm knitting on the body, and I think I might have done half of the body before the ribbing, so I will do this plus like double and then the ribbing. So I think it's gonna be fine. Time-wise, I think this is gonna be lovely, and I really love the colors of it, but I think I will have time to finish it, because when I'm done with the body, it's only the sleeves, and the sleeves are always, I love to knit sleeves which is weird, but when I'm done with the body, I can just knit the sleeves and then it's done. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, you know, I think it's gonna look really nice with my black dress that I'm wearing for my wedding. So yes, this is only stockinette, so it's not to say, that's not that much to say about it. So let's move on. I have another one in the another sweater in the same colorway as the cowl, the yellow cowl color, and this is actually my own sweater design, Yggdrasil, because I'm knitting this as a, it looks like really different on screen. Yeah, I don't know. I just parted for the sleeves, and this is going to be available for try on in Embroidery Garden, and we're also selling my pattern there, which is nice. And very lovely of them to do that. So I'm knitting this, and I used parted for the sleeves, as I said, and the body is going to be a quick knit, I think, and then the sleeves. So I'm very happy with how fast this is turning out, because, you know, it's nice to knit to it's nice to knit your own design to be able to hang it in a store, but when you have a lot of ideas, you know, you want to knit everything, and when you have a lot of knitting mojo, you want to knit everything all the time. So yeah, this feels not that much fun to knit, but I really love to knit with this yarn. Is Swedish wool from Järbo, yeah, I really love to knit with this yarn, and it's fun to actually follow my own pattern, to like kind of test knit it for myself. So yeah, I'm very, yeah, it's fun. It's I'm gonna take it with me to when I go to work away from home next week, so maybe I will finish it then. So that's also a ongoing project. Okay, so the next one is actually another design that I'm working on to release this fall, and it's a mitten, and this is kind of the mitten that I always wanted to design, but I haven't got around to doing it, and this is the fall that I'm going to do it. I always wanted to make an all-over color work with these classic patterns and also a cuff that is the Latvian braid on top and on the bottom, and in this part you have some pearl stitches as well in the color work, you know, because I love that. And you got the other side here. Sorry, I haven't fastened the strands, but you have this here. So it's a very classic one. It's knit in Rauma, and the pattern is coming out in September, I think. I'm not making any promises on when things are going to come out, but this is my plan, you know. It's my plan to release this in September. So I'm hoping that will go as planned. It looks like this. Yes, I'm not going to show you too closely, you know, because I want it to be a surprise as well. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying knitting this, and I'm going to knit the left one as well, so I have two that I can photograph. I really love this color combination. The dark red and a white is always a good choice for me. I actually want to knit a sweater in that color combination soon, because I think that will be very nice. Yeah, okay, so moving on, I have a few more things to show you. As I said, I have a lot of design ideas and projects right now, and this is another one, because we are making, if you didn't know, me and my colleagues in Kraft has made a fanzine, which is a magazine but like self-published. So we made that and released it this was it maybe, I think it was in May. No, yeah, in the end of May we released our first Kraftzine. And if you want to buy that, it's available still. But in that Kraftzine we're going to, in the autumn one, we're going to release a knitting pattern for some mittens. Because, you know, fall, mittens, you know, self-explanatory. You need some new mittens for the fall. And this is a color, not a color combination, but a yarn combination that I haven't tried before. And it's, sorry, and it's let loopy and mohair. So this is what it looks like. I'm not going to show you too much because I want it to be a surprise. But I have used the, like the beige one, together with the rust one, and two mohairs of the same color. You know, this is the, sorry, what is this? This is the color combination. So I'm very pleased with the color combination, and I'm pleased with the mitten so far. I just gotten up to the thumb. Yeah, I'm gonna divide for the part. I'm gonna divide for the thumb next, and then yeah. So I'm very pleased with it, and it looks like this. I really love the yarn combination. It's, you know, the rustic feel of the let loopy disappears when you add some mohair to it. It's really soft and squishy and kind of firm, but not harsh at all. I really love let loopy in its original form, but I think this is going to be a good option for those who want to knit with let loopy but doesn't know if you can take the rustic feel of it. So yeah, I'm hoping this won't itch on your, no, I'm not gonna say that. Okay, so that's my last design that I'm working on right now. It's a lot, I know, but it's really fun. I'm really in the flow with designing right now. Okay, so I have a few things that I'm not knitting, that I'm working on. It's harder to do these kinds of projects when I'm not at home, because I don't bring my loom with me when I go on trips, of course. But I finished this one that I'm going to show you. I finished this one the same day as I came back, because I only had like 20 centimeters left to weave, and it's a second part of my new blanket that I'm weaving. So I have made this one, and this is it's all gonna be like gray wool, kind of different grays because I have a lot of light gray in my stash that I'm not going to knit with for myself, because I don't think that I suit the best in this color because it washes me out a bit. So I thought that instead of giving it away, or instead of not using it and just have it lie there, I would weave from it instead, because I don't wear my throws. And this 2-ply wool yarn is perfect for weaving. And I also had some small bits and small skeins of hand spun yarn that is kind of like the same thickness, so I thought that I might throw that in and make a blanket of those all together. So in this one I have one color here, like the warp is the same color, and then I have one color here, and then a bit here that is another kind of yarn, and then this is hand spun, and this is another one, because the hand spun, I ran out of the hand spun. So this is the first part. It's going to be 4 parts, and then I'm gonna sew them together and felt them in the machine, as I did with the first one that I made. So the second one is a bit thinner actually, like width-wise, but it's fine. I don't care. But this is also hand spun, yeah, and the warp is actually 2 different yarns, but this is hand spun as well, and this is just some random gray yarn that I had in my stash, and yeah, that's the rest of it. So this is finished as well, so I'm halfway done with this one. I saw that this second one turned out a bit shorter than the first one, even though I measured and everything. It turned out like maybe 7 centimeters shorter than the first one, so I'm gonna even them out once I've made all of them, so it's the same length. But that feels really nice, and I'm hoping to find some darker gray or add some color to it. I have a blue homespun that I'm not going to use for anything else, I think. So maybe I will throw that in to add some color, and maybe I can do a like light gray, some color, and a white one maybe, or a dark gray and then a white one as well. So I just mix it up a bit. But I'm thinking it's gonna be a really beautiful throw. Yeah, I'm excited. Excited to use my stash. Okay, something else that I've been working on for a few nights now, or a few evenings, is this embroidery. It's a pin cushion from Eva Rosenstrand, and I made some progress. I added some details with the black borders and everything. It's really hard because I really need to focus and count every stitch and everything. It's very much fun to be doing this, and I really love the result. I really love this one, and it's actually a pin cushion on, you know, feet. So I'm very excited to have it done, but it's gonna take some time. But I'm actually been working on it for a few evenings, so I'm seeing some progress. But it's a slow progress, you know. That's fine. And the last thing that the second to last thing, I'm gonna do some spinning as well. But the second to last thing I'm going to talk to you today is this fabric, because this is beautiful, and I have 2.5 meters of this beautiful linen fabric that I'm gonna turn into a dress. I'm just thinking about how I want to, like, which style of dress I want to make, because I want to make a bit more fancy than usual, so I can have it on the weddings that I'm going to this summer, and to my grandma's 85-year-old party. She's having a birthday party this August, and yeah, I'm hoping to have this finished by then. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing kind of the same kind of skirt, or with some slits or something, and making a V in the back, and you know, high here, and then no sleeves, I think, and maybe some embroidery on it to make it a bit more fancy. I'm really enjoying this kind of embroidery that's the same color as the dress but in a different material, so it's a bit shiny, or it's a bit darker, you know, so you see it but you don't, it's not a pop of color. So maybe I will do like this in an embroidery here and in the back with a bit darker color. That would be nice. So yeah, that is my sewing plans for myself. I'm actually going to start Robin's wedding outfits really soon, so I'm thinking about making a series out of that one, because it's 4 pieces of clothing. It's a jacket, a vest, a shirt, and some pants. And it's really intimidating to be making his outfit, but I'm very excited. It's not like he's not saying that I have to do this, but he's very happy that I'm going to do it, and I'm very happy that I'm going to do it. And I have Susanne by my side, and she's gonna help me, and that's really good. She's also going to sew my wedding dress, which is, you know, more, it's not that time consuming, so you don't have to worry that I'm just giving a lot of work to Susanne. But it's a very basic dress. Of course it's gonna take time for her to make it, because it's a lot of fabric in the skirt. It's a lot of fabric, but you know, it's not the same as making a jacket time wise, so she's gonna help me with that. I'm very happy about that. Very pleased. I'm very grateful about that. So I'm thinking about making that a series, and I'm also gonna make a series about I'm gonna make a wedding series, I think, and a few videos about how I'm decorating and how we are thinking about decorating and what kind of vibe we're going for, and yeah, everything about that. I'm not gonna make one about the food or anything, because yeah, this isn't the food channel. But you know, as you maybe know, I'm vegan, so it's gonna be a lot of vegan food, and maybe some cheeses that are not vegan, because not everyone is vegan. So yeah, you can look forward to some wedding videos. That was a hard sentence. Some wedding videos. Yeah, and the last things that I wanted to talk to you about, I have a recommendation for a book, and I have some spinning projects. I'm thinking about spinning this is plötelopi, spun and 2-plied. It's really beautiful, and I'm very, yeah, this is plötelopi but in a different form, which gives it so much more depth, and a totally different yarn, of course, because it's spun. And this is plötelopi not spun, like plötelopi original. And then it's not the same color as you see, but you can see the structure of it. So it's very beautiful, and yeah, maybe I will, sorry, I'm not focused. Maybe I will spin some and try to make something out of it. I don't know. But I'm also having my I'm also finished with the sweater quantity of my own spun yarn for my own sweater. So I can start knitting that sweater like soon. So that's very exciting. And then I'm also starting to think about what color I'm going to spin for Robin in, because he's gonna get a homespun sweater as well. Yeah, but we have to go to Ullmagasinet in Näs, which is outside of Gothenburg, to find some yarn for that. No, not yarn, some wool for that. So that's very exciting. I'm taking a bit of a break with spinning because I haven't been home. So I'm very excited to get back on it. And now that I'm moving to Örebro, we have a lot of space in our new apartment. It's not twice the size as this, but almost. So I have a lot of room, and maybe I will get a traditional spinning wheel in there, because I have this Ashwood Traveler right now, which is amazing and I love it, and I'm not going to get rid of that. But you know, it's nice to have the traditional tools as well. So maybe I will get a traditional spinning wheel as well. We'll see about that. Yeah, and the last thing I wanted to talk to you about today is this book that I'm reading right now. It's called Craft, an inquiry into the origins and true meaning of traditional crafts by Alexander Langlands. And I actually saw this for the first time on Melody Hoffman's Instagram and thought that I have to read this book. What is this book? Do you like it? And she said that she loved it and she was reading it at the time. And then she also said that you should watch, if you want to know about these things and you like traditional crafts and everything, and you like craft history, you need to watch The Tales of the Green Valley, which is a TV show that it aired in 2003, I think, and it's a group of historians and archaeologists that live in a farm as if it were the 16th century, I think. Yeah, it's amazing and I really highly recommend. I haven't watched all the episodes yet. I'm watching it with a friend, so I'm gonna see if she wants to watch the rest of them with me. But one of the archaeologists in that group, in that TV series, is this guy who wrote this book, Alexander Langlands. And yeah, it's very nice. I'm currently reading about beekeeping, because it's a traditional craft, and he is he's a historian and archaeologist. He's a historian, so he knows a lot about these things, and he has made, I think, 4 TV shows or something about traditional crafts, so he knows a lot. And I'm very excited for a lot of these chapters, but I'm especially excited about Weft and Warp, which is about the weaving loom. So yeah, but I'm maybe a third through. I'm on page 95 and it's, yeah, 330 pages, so maybe a quarter through. And I'm reading this every morning, one chapter every morning, and I'm loving it. I really love reading about the history of craft right now, and I'm searching for another book in that department. So if you have any recommendations, please write them below. And maybe I will do a video about these kinds of books in a while when I try them out. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for hanging out here with me, and if you enjoy my video content, please subscribe to this channel. It helps out a lot with viewers and things. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye!